Hey everyone, welcome to Cookieglue. Maybe like, where are you? The background is like turning all around. That's because I'm spinning around. But right now, actually in my lab. As you can see, right now things are absolute chaos. And I just decided I'd vlog it. I'm like trying to extract this copper sulfate from this copper plating solution I had. Where I basically made nitric acid with sulfate with sulfuric acid, but I didn't distill off the sulfate, the potassium sulfate. I'm just trying to refine this potassium nitrate, and then I got all of this calcium chloride here from my beehives, which both of them are dead right now, so I'm getting new bees. But so I gotta deal with this. I'm just gonna vlog behind the scenes. If you like this sort of video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, I'm probably going to keep making it, and I'll just upload it to my second channel. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, right here I got this old toaster oven that I use for chemistry projects and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically put all the slurry in the speaker onto this aluminum foil tray, and then I'm going to turn on the oven. So I think this is good. But spraying it out is good because you also want to have more surface area for the water to leave, of course. The last time I ran this, it was like, I don't know, like 3 months ago. But now I'm running it, and God, it smells awful. I'm also trying to get this clump out of here by dissolving it. So now I'm going to do the really simple task of separating these nitrate crystals out. If you're wondering what this brown liquid is, it's basically just water with basically solid contamination, like dirt and stuff. And I'm looking at the bottom, and I think there's some dirt down here as well. You guys can see that clearly, actually. Yeah, like, look how dirty these crystals are. So actually, change of plans. I think I'm gonna filter this again, because this is so professional chemistry. But so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna heat this all up so all the crystals will dissolve, and once everything is dissolved, I'll filter it. Now that the calcium chloride is dry, I don't have to worry about using too much power, so I'm turning on my hot plate, and I'm gonna heat up the potassium nitrate a bit more to dissolve it all, and I'll probably evaporate some of it until I start to see crystals form, or not crystals, but until, I'm not sure, until I feel it's about right, because I really have no idea of telling how much potassium nitrate is in there. So basically when I say like 50 milliliters boil off, then I'll filter it, and yeah. Okay, so the solution is now all heated up. I'm gonna oopa loopa. Okay, let me take this out, put it on a paper towel, or I'll just put it down there. It doesn't really matter. It actually kind of does, but I'm gonna pour some of this in. Okay, now I can pour a bit more in. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm obstructing the view quite a bit, I think. Yeah, and I'm just gonna continue doing this. And now a lot more of the stuff is out. I think I may actually just filter this one more time, because, like, look how brown it still is. Okay, so now I'm going to pull an epic switcheroo operation. So let's get these neat neodymium magnets out of the way. Oh, scoop it. Boom. Big shock. I sound like literally a 7th grader, but who cares? Okay, time to refilter all of this. Finish this off. I'm just going to wash this with some distilled water to get out the remaining nitrate that's in there. I wish I had a squirt bottle to do this, but unfortunately I don't, so I just gotta kind of pour it in, and this means I end up pouring in more water than I'd like, which isn't a huge problem, but it means more energy has to be spent on boiling. At this point, I don't think filtering is gonna do much to get all of those very fine particles out, because let's be real, these colors are practically indistinguishable. So I may just pour the rest of this in there. It's the next day, and it got pretty cold last night, so there's a lot of crystals that came out. It's probably not quite 0C. I could put a thermometer in it, but I don't really feel like washing a thermometer because that's the kind of lazy I am. See if I can get more of this water off. You can see that it's still a bit brown. I definitely won't use these for reactions and stuff. Well, maybe I will. I think I may just do another washing. Let me pause this video to think. I decided that washing all the crystals at once will be a lot faster than washing each individual batch of crystals. Okay, so I put this beaker on the hot plate and I'm going to boil it down to probably 150, 100 mils. And then I'm just going to recrystallize and add the crystals to this beaker over here. Okay, so I'm done boiling off the solution, so I'm going to filter it. Now, this will actually dissolve some of the crystals down at the bottom, but it's going to recrystallize anyway, so I figure it won't be a problem. It will make the crystals less visually appealing, I guess, but really, that's not a huge problem. The only problem I do see is all the crystals getting stuck at the bottom, which, oh god, that definitely is going to happen, and it's going to be really hard to get those out of there, but I think I can do it. So now what I need to do is transfer all of these crystals into here, and then what I'm going to do is basically just recrystallize them. Okay, maybe this was not a great idea to use a funnel. I'll figure it out. Be right back, guys. So I chilled this down in my fridge, and I got as many crystals out as possible, and you can see that it looks pretty white. And I also did a test on some crystals to see if they were soluble in acetone, and that's going to be important because they aren't, and I can use the acetone to wash these out without making them stick together or whatever. The first portion of this I've decided not to filter, but then once I get to the parts with more crystals in them, I'll filter just in case. Actually, I don't think I'll have to filter at all. Yeah, this is going pretty smoothly. And now I'll show you the washing step I'm planning on doing, which I think is pretty big-brained of me. So now I can add this acetone in here, and the acetone will basically just wash off the water. And also, acetone is way easier to boil away than something like water is. Wash acetone will go into this beaker for future recrystallizations. I don't think the acetone should screw things up too much, considering that I'm not using specific measurements for this anyways. Mostly because of lack of planning, but whatever. And then I'm gonna repeat this step 1 or 2 more times. To make the acetone go away, I'm going to boil this, but I'm going to put it on like the lowest heat because acetone is very easy to set on fire, and I don't really want to set this on fire. I just want this to be lukewarm. Now I'm curious if I'll be able to remove some of this acetone by setting it on fire. You should obviously do this in a burning dish, but yeah, it's setting on fire. I don't know if I should do it in a beaker because the beaker could probably break, so. Okay. I may do this in a crucible or something, but that also risks putting impurities in it. I have an idea. Okay, so I got a peanut butter jar, and this is at the same, if not higher, chance of cracking because of the heat. But the thing is, the chance of cracking immediately of the heat is relatively low compared to the long-term stresses that it'll cause to the glass matrix. So I'll basically just be screwing up the glass in this jar instead of more valuable lab glass. Additionally, I can put this lid on and it's more tight. Okay, so for some reason, the water, like, is still in here, or this is acetone. But either way, I'm having a difficult time drying it all, so I'm gonna put this all into this boiling dish, which I really was hesitant to do because it's a bit rusty, but I use steel wool so that way, as to prevent, like, what's it called? I just want to prevent the rust from sticking to the crystals. And then I'm basically just gonna put this in the drying thing that I've used for basically every chemical in this video now. So I finished drying all of the potassium nitrate, and as for the other stuff over here, I'm probably just gonna, I don't really want to crystallize it again, even though some crystals have fallen out, so I'm probably just gonna use this as fertilizer. But now I'm gonna explain to you why I had to use the round bottom flask instead of using the beakers for the heating, and I'm basically gonna explain why this hot plate of death broke. I'm gonna go vlog style for this one because something extremely scary just happened. See this right there? Oh, actually, my heart's beating so fast. Give me a second. What happened? I was just like stirring, like, okay. Then a giant arc, a fucking arc comes out of there. I'm gonna unplug this. I hate this hot plate. This hot plate. Today you're gonna learn the history of this hot plate. Long ago, next to the alchemy symbol and under the benzene. So my mom, right? Yeah, this is how you distinguish that she's a girl. So she had a hot plate because she's a science teacher, right? So that's the symbol for hot plate. And then so that went to her son. Who's my mom's son? It's me. And so what has this hot plate done? Well, this hot plate has caused a burn jacket, okay? Because I reached over it. Okay, it's also caused another thing. It like melted potassium hydroxide, okay? And that potassium hydroxide ended up exploding, okay? I'm gonna regret putting this on here later. And what else has it caused? It's caused that super crazy electrical arc. That is the hot plate of death, okay? I hate it. Fuck this hot plate. So I'm gonna let everything in here just like get into small pieces. And from now on, I'm gonna use round bottom flasks just so I can just use this because oh god, this gives me so much fear. Okay, and then for the copper solution, because it has all this precipitate and the hot plate is broken, I won't be able to deal with any of this. So what I was doing I basically ended up with what I started with for the copper solution. So maybe I'll just cut that part out, but it does look nice, so I'm not sure. It depends on my future self. So I just made one hell of a find. You know how I don't have a squirt bottle? I wish I had a squirt bottle to do this, but unfortunately I don't. I just found this mustard bottle. So what I can do, I can take my distilled water, bing bing bong bong, open this up. It smells kind of gross, so I'm gonna wash this out first. Rinse that with tap water, but like honestly, there shouldn't be too many minerals because it's gonna be so diluted. And now we're gonna add some distilled water to it, and bada boom, bada bam, we can just wash with distilled water now, without having to pour tons of it. This is a pro life hack, guys. Use Scotch tape for this, but this will probably be permanent. So can you see that? I'm just gonna write this H2O. It's dihydrogen monoxide. Get it? It's funny because